What's up my people, my name is Spicy and today I have 6 stories coming out of the subreddit IDontWorkHereLady. And guess what, I have our next giveaway goal. I need your help and full support to reach the goal of 5,000 subscribers. Yes, double of where I am currently. I will think shortly of a great nice reward for you my brothers and sisters. If you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments what rewards would you like. Leave a fire emoji in the comments and like this video if you're having fun. Congratulations Sarushi for the comment of the day. Well, I am holding my child, so my wife works for a major retail photo studio that doesn't drive. So when she works, I have to come pick her up with my 7-month-old son. I take the elevator up to the studio, say hi to some of the older employees I know there, and show off the bear, my son's nickname. When I reach the studio, it is roped off with the main lights turned off and a small sign showing at what time they will return. This is a common thing if the girls are getting lunch, on break, or simply have downtime between sitting. Cue random lady, let's call her RL, who has her own child in a stroller and sees the darkened roped off studio. Now, the employees there wear all black shirts, pants and shoes for the most part. I dress in dark jeans, nerdy black t-shirt and dark brown chucks. I am still holding my son in my arms when she comes over to me. Why aren't you taking any pictures? I don't work here. They will be right back, I am sure though. Well, you are here. Why aren't you working? Well, for one, I am holding my son. And two, I do not work here. Now she is getting a bit aggravated. Well, when someone is coming back then? Well, there's a sign that shows when they will be back. Maybe start there. You are a very rude employee and I plan on telling your manager. Now, pointing at my son. I do not work here, so tell whoever you need to, miss. I leave to try and go find my wife now and leave her at the studio entrance. I find my wife and tell her the story of my interaction with the lady when her manager finishes her cigarette and walks over having heard my story. She tells me she's excited to hear about how rude the employee with the random child was to her. You should have pointed at your son and said, "This is my boss," because let's be honest, the babies and child, they are the boss. No, that's not the case, but you know what I mean. Lady threw a whole tantrum because I didn't do what she wanted. I am a third-party HVAC company that set up booth in many different hardware stores, and this day I was in Home Depot. My job is to basically set up a booth, pitch our products, and set up appointments for customers wanting new air conditioning. Now this should go without saying that I am not an employee of these stores. My job is to pitch my company's product to passing shoppers and set up appointments. That's it. However, only in Home Depot am I required to wear an apron, but it is just a black apron that says service provider. People always ask me questions about where this is or can you help me with this? I explain I am a vendor for a separate company, then apologize. Most of the time they understand and move on, and sometimes I get the occasional guy who thinks I am lying or not doing my job. However, I came across one lady who was the rudest ever and proceeded to throw a tantrum because I would not help her. I was walking around in Home Depot's garden section to get away from my booth for a quick minute and get some fresh air. This older lady approached me and asked me if we carried any more of her certain plant. I have no idea what plant she wanted. She just pointed to her right, assuming she wanted me to follow her. I explained calmly, "Sorry, I don't work here. I am a separate company," and proceeded to walk away back to my booth. She then yelled back, "Well, your apron is misleading then." Confused, I turned around and said, "I am a third-party company, ma'am." That sentence took a long time to finish because every time I will start it, she will interrupt me by saying, "Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah." Very frustrated with this woman, I just walked away saying, "Whatever lady, I don't work here," and began to hear, "Yeah, whatever, back to your booth, stupid. Do your damn job." Being a sales consultant for a HVAC company lets you experience all sorts of wrong people, but this lady was on a whole other level. Funny enough, hours later, I found out this lady also threw a tantrum at the customer service desk because she was trying to report me, but it was getting heated because the Home Depot associates kept trying to explain that I did not work there. You are totally right for walking away without helping a rude and disrespectful customer. And vendors do not work for the stores that they are working in and servicing. Helping with products and services outside of their company is literally not part of their job. Doing so is just being courteous and polite. Rude people, on the other hand, have forfeit their right to courtesy and any extension of kindness. I don't work here lady at my own front door. This one is a couple years old, but as I have just stumbled across the subreddit, you might like this one. So for context, I have a lot of motorbikes personally, and with that, many friends who have bikes too. I do a lot of work for friends, things like servicing and rebuilds. One morning, I am out front of my house talking to two friends, one of which was picking up his bike after some extensive work was finished. I was wearing a motorcycle branded t-shirt with service team on the back, so I assume, let's call her Angry Lady, thought I work for them from home. About 5 minutes after my friends leave, I get a heavy knock on the door. It is the Angry Lady with her son in tow, pushing a motocross bike. The exchange follows. You are the nearest garage and this is not working. She points at the bike. Oh, okay. Unfortunately, I've got no tools here. Taken back to work. So I can't do anything for you today, I'm afraid. I had seen her before. I think she lived close by and thought she was asking for a favor. What? Why? That's your job. Her son is about 10. Her language was pretty grim. I'm really sorry, but this is my house. I don't work from home. Sorry, I can't help you. I tried to close the door, but her foot comes flying in to stop that happening. It is your job to fix your company's product, and if you would like your job, you would do it or you would hear from the police. At this point, I know I am not going to win by being polite. I don't work from home. It's my home. I can give you the address for the company, but I am A, not working there, and B, not working from here either. The police are more than welcome to come by, but I don't see what they will do. Now kindly get off my property. I remember slowly pushing the door ever slightly harder until she moved her foot away. She left, but not with dropping the C-bomb and sticking two fingers up. This is as close to the story as I remember, and pretty much what my CCTV picked up. I still see her occasionally as she walks her children to the school down the road from mine. Yeah, I suppose it could be wrong to take the bike inside, and when she comes shrieking with the cops to retrieve it, you can say you thought it was a gift because you told her X number of times that she was handing you a bike at your home, and you have no association with the appropriate repair facility. Anyway, good luck with that. Oh, and if you're having fun, just drop a fire emoji in the comments. It's hot. Band t-shirt plus shorts must be an employee. I am standing in and for your entertainment, looking through some metal albums, hoping to pick up something I have not heard before. Random dude appears. RD, random dude. Hey man, where do y'all keep the ICP? I don't keep anything anywhere, bro, but you can check the rap section. Really? You gonna talk to a customer like that? Me, seeing as I don't work here. The random dude stares at me. Iron Maiden t-shirt with holes in it because I am classy. Black camouflage shorts because I am super classy with a pair of flip-flops. Yo, you're right. My bad. All good. And we never talked again. You look like an employee. You obviously are. So I was at Target wearing a red shirt when it happens. A sharp tap on my shoulder. A hard excuse me. For the cast, OP, me, EM, you really need an explanation? And M, the manager. So I turned around to be greeted by an impatient looking entitled mother. Excuse me, she said again. Yes? Am I in your way or something? Ugh, Target employees are always idiots. I need these things right now. Where are they? I don't know, lady. I don't work here. She goes red in the face and she explodes. Of course you do. You are wearing red. You are obviously an employee. Now, where are the effing items I need, you idiot girl? I am a virgin and I am very smart. I am starting to get angry at this woman. I don't work at Target. Lady, stop yelling. I don't even work here. Ask a different employee and they will say the same thing, that I don't work here. I think I'll just get the manager to fire you. That will teach you to be disrespectful of your customers. She storms off to get my manager. I return to getting what I need and I find it. As I am looking around to make sure there's nothing else I could need, I hear this. There she is. You're a disrespectful employee that you must fire immediately. I turn to see the entitled mother and manager at the entrance of the aisle. The entitled mother looking smug as though she's won, and the manager looking confused as he is faced with a woman that's most definitely not one of his employees. He turns back to the entitled mother and says this. Ma'am, this woman does not work here. She is just wearing red. Please stop bothering her. Entitled mother storms off in a huff again. I had peaceful time after that, although I did see her giving me death glares from another aisle. Ooh, death glares. Karens are dangerous. If you don't want me to turn into a Karen, I will suggest you to subscribe to the channel because otherwise we never know what might happen. I work for the same company but at a different location, so I am traveling home from work and stop off at another station managed by the same train company, and I am chatting to some other staff of that station. This station has a different area and station manager group than mine. All of a sudden, this man comes out of one of the offices and walks up to me and the group of people I am with, 4 to 5 people, and tells us to get back to work. I find out he is the station manager for this station. They drift off and I go to head out of the station and walk home. As I get to the exit of the station, the same man walks up to me and says, "Where are you going? Get to work? I have finished for the day. I am off home. Bye. I will tell you when you have finished. Get back to work." Do you know who I am? No? Okay, bye. And I walk off. On the way home, I call my manager and tell him about this guy and what happened. He tells me to let his boss know as he will be up for a few days after that day. 2 days later, I am on my way home again and I spot this manager talking to one of the platform staff. He clocks me and makes a beeline for me. "Right, consider yourself on suspension. You ignore a direct instruction from me." What? Oh yeah, yes I did. What do you have to say about that? One moment. I then step away and proceed to call my area manager, one level above a station manager, and tell him that this man wants to put me on disciplinary action for not working when he said, "Get his name and go home. Let me know his name, I will sort this." Manager has found out my name from his staff and got a letter typed up with a copy going to HR and my management. However, he still does not know I work in another management group. On the way home, I tell my area manager and on his advice, give my union rep the lowdown too. The letter has the date and location of a meeting. Read this. It is 3 weeks from that day. My area manager wants a copy. I tell him I would send him a copy the next day, as well as my union rep. So I send the letter off to him and he says, "Yeah, go to that meeting. I will go with you as well as your union rep and we'll see who from HR will be attending." So 3 weeks go by and I am at the station waiting for my meeting with my manager, union rep, when he walks up this manager and someone I soon find out is from HR. My area manager at the start of the meeting pulls out the copy of the letter I gave him and asks why this station manager is telling one of his staff what to do. He ignored my instruction and went home. Yeah, he was finished for the day. Of course he was going home. "Who are you again?" To my area manager. "I am the area manager for the area that OP works at." "No, he is one of my staff." My union rep and the area manager smirk. "So OP is your member of staff?" To the area manager. "Sadly, yes." He knew my sense of humor. "What station do you work at, OP?" "It's station X." "That's on your area and group, isn't it, area manager?" "Yes." "What were your instructions to OP at that time?" To the area manager. "He was finished work-wise for the day, so he can go home and whatever he wanted to do." "Well, I think that's this meeting dealt with."
But he ignored my instructions."
"He is not your member of staff to order around like that." The area manager and union rep. "Can we 3 go?" "Yes, me and manager will be having words." We then left the office. I heard from my area manager that the manager had been redeployed elsewhere where he could be monitored. I had a day away from work to attend this meeting and all is well with the world. Check out my playlist right here for IDontWorkHereLady videos. Remember to subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for the giveaway that would happen at 5,000 subscribers. So if you can show me some support in the meanwhile by liking the video and subscribing, this will mean the world to me. Also make sure you hit the bell button to know when we post a new video and join the notification gang. Thank you again for watching this episode of IDontWorkHereLady. See ya!